High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. This afternoon from Daleville, Indiana, a backyard baseball brawl as the Yorktown Tigers take on the 1A number 1 Daleville Broncos. Good afternoon and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again today from a place I affectionately call the Corral here at Daleville High School for what should be a pretty good ball game today between two schools that are 5 miles apart down State Road 32 from one another. The Yorktown Tigers come in at 2-4 overall for PJ Falkwer. They're the losers of 3 straight games coming in today. Daleville still number 1 in the 1A poll. In fact, more of a hold on it this week than they did in the preseason poll. The Broncos are 3-1. They have won 2 games in a row. We have a beautiful day for baseball, mostly sunny, a little bit of a mix of clouds, but mostly blue sky, and temperatures in the mid-60s here to get things underway this afternoon. A couple of right-handers will get the ball today for their teams. Dominic Contanzariti will go to the mound for Yorktown. Evan Etchison will be on the rubber for the Daleville Broncos, as you hear them introduced in the background as well. A little bit of a windy game day condition today, but the wind will be light and variable at times and then gust. The flags in center field right now are mostly hanging, but they've been ripping from time to time this afternoon. So depending on the pitch and the situation, you might see a ball in the jet stream and you might see it leave the park. We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll set up the starting lineup, have the opening pitch. It's Yorktown Daleville next on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. A 50-50 ball, an elbow to the ribs, a sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, USA umpires for this evening's game. Behind the plate, Mr. Chris Goodwin, and on the bases, Mr. Kevin Claxton.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We're just about set. We've had our national anthem, and we're set to go as the Daleville Broncos host the Yorktown Tigers here on a sun-splashed April afternoon. First for Yorktown, here's how they'll line them up today. Evan Falkwer will play second base and lead off. Graham Reedy, the center fielder, will hit in the 2-hole. Jackson Taylor will bat third and play shortstop. Garrick Smallstig will catch and hit cleanup. Dom Contanzariti will be the pitcher. He'll bat in the 5-hole for the Tigers. Josh Stevenson, the left fielder, will follow Contanzariti. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Gabe Phipps, who will bat for the third baseman, Will Butts. Billy McNamara, the Gold Glove first baseman down there, will be at first again today, and he'll hit in the 8th spot. And batting ninth and playing position 9 in right field for the Tigers is Parker Stinson. He'll be in there today trying to get their licks off of Daleville pitcher Evan Etchison, coming in off a loss to Monroe Central a week ago. He's going through his warm-up tosses right now. Good crowd on hand today as Etchison throws the last one home, and the peg goes down to second base.
Leading off for the Tigers on second base, number 18, Evan.
Great having you along this afternoon, wherever you might be. Thanks for loaning me your ears for a while this afternoon. Evan Falkwer will lead off for Yorktown. Batting .381 here early in the season for the Tigers. P.J. Falkwer coaching down at third, Greg Miller, the coach down at first base. And we're just about set to go. Etchison into his windup. First pitch of the day is a called strike, and we're underway at 5:05. We'll set your defense momentarily. Etchison, junior right-hander. Slider outside, it's 1-1. Defensively for Daleville, they've got Caden Gothrop out in left, Josh Price in center, Braden Danner in right field, the rest in a moment. 1-1 pitch. Fastball, a beauty on the outside corner to make the count 1-2. On the infield, Aiden Wilson at third, Max Stecker at short, Peyton Smith at second, Jimmy Bowen at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball, tried to get him to chase upstairs. Good eye by Falkwer, and it's 2-2. Your battery, Ethan Pittsford behind the plate, throwing down the signals for junior hurler Evan Etchison. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, one away. That'll bring up Graham Reedy. Reedy at 312, the lone senior in the lineup. This is an underclassman-heavy Yorktown team, and if you thought they were good last year or can be this year, wait till next year. Here comes the first pitch to him. Breaking ball, called strike, and a beauty. Lots of juniors doing their thing for Yorktown. Here comes the 0-1. Worked him away, and it's a ball. Yorktown has had early problems at the plate. They're batting just .233 as a team. That's really the story of their early season. They're a lot better than that, and they'll show it as the season goes along. There's a strike on the outer edge, and Reedy is behind 1-2. Just underway here at a beautiful, sunny Daleville Park. Fastball just missed outside, and the count is 2-2. Etchison got Falkwer on a strikeout on a 2-2 pitch. This one fouled back into the screen, and it stays 2-2. A lot of left-handed hitters in this Yorktown lineup. We saw them a week ago out at Delta when they split with the Eagles. Etchison ready into his windup. Here's the 2-2. Slapped back out of play on the third base side. Good battle between Etchison and Reedy here. Reedy chokes up on that knob a couple inches. Next one is popped up in foul ground near third base. Aiden Wilson calls it and makes the grab for the second out. That'll bring up Jackson Taylor. He's having a phenomenal start. Comes in at 471. Leads in about a half dozen offensive categories for the Tigers. Lefty down on the knob, and he takes a fastball high. Defensively, Daleville pretty much straight away. The windup in the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a strike. Another beauty from Etchison. 1 ball, 1 strike to Taylor. E squared, as he calls himself, trying to work a scoreless first. Another breaking ball taken for a strike on the outer edge, and it's 1-2. Evan likes to throw a knuckle curve, and it's a beauty. Pitch away from getting out of it here in the first. Check swing, strike anyway. Taylor is out on strikes looking, and that does it here in the top of the first inning. Tigers fail to score. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Yorktown nothing, Daleville coming to bat on the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. But the games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the bottom of the first inning here in Daleville. Yorktown and Daleville knotted at a scoreless goose egg festival as we go to the last of the first. Here's how Daleville will hit today. Max Stecker will lead off and play short. Josh Price will be in center field and bat in the 2-hole. Peyton Smith will hit third and play second base today. Jared Waldermeyer will designated hit cleanup for Jimmy Bowen. Bowen is the first baseman. Etchison, Evan will bat fifth. He'll pitch today. Ethan Pittsford will hit in the 6-hole. He's the catcher, the other half of the battery. Braden Danner will bat seventh and play right field with Aiden Wilson in the 8-hole at third base. And rounding it out for Daleville, Caden Gothrop will bat ninth and play left field. Broncos are a bit of an announcer's challenge. They have a Caden, a Braden, and an Aiden all in the same lineup. Who knew? Must have been something in the water 16, 17 years ago maybe. Yorktown has Dom Cantanzariti on the mound going through his warm-up tosses. There's the last one, and they're about set to go. Yorktown defensively will have Stevenson in left, Reedy in center, Stinson out in right. On the infield, it's Bunce, Taylor, Falkwer, and McNamara third to first with Small stick back behind the plate, and Cantanzariti on the mound. Right-hander set to go. Stepping in, Max Stecker. Hitless, 0 for 8 so far in the season, and he takes a fastball at the top of the zone for strike one. Max leads the team in runs scored, but doesn't have a hit yet. You don't see that every day. He's drawn a lot of walks. Next one, ripped foul A rocket over onto the softball diamond. Now, what do we have? A catcher's interference call? We have a catcher's interference call. Wow. Technically, that's an error on the catcher. So Smallstig called for catcher's interference on the second pitch of the day. He's got his mask off saying, what was that? The Cubs did that 3 days in a row last week, which hasn't happened since the Civil War. Not quite that long, but almost. So the first runner of the day belongs to Yorktown, and Josh Price will be the batter. By the way, Stecker is not charged with an at-bat in that situation. So Stecker's at first. He's got a big lead. We'll see if he's running with Josh Price in there. Fastball and a beauty for a called strike. Price is off to a solid start, hitting in the 530s. 3 Daleville players are batting better than 530 through their first 4 games. They've been hot. How hot? 398 as a team. Throw to first, Stecker back with a dive, head first. When you're batting 398 as a team, you're doing a lot of things right. So Catanzariti in the stretch, probably sooner than he wanted to be, with a runner at first and no one out. Ground ball toward first. McNamara will take it down to second for 1. The relay first is not going to be in time. So Stecker is out on the fielder's choice. The force play at second goes 3-6. Price will be at first with 1 away, and that brings in Peyton Smith. That was your typical Adam ball right at McNamara, and he's a vacuum cleaner down there. If it's within an arm's reach, you're going to be out. He's pretty good with the glove, or technically the mitt down there. Smith ready. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. Peyton, another one of those Delta players batting in the 530s. 533 if my memory is accurate. Might be 538. And Catanzariti set, a high set, brings the pitch home. Fastball, called strike on the outer edge. The throw back to the mound. 1 hops him. No damage, though. My high school coach would have been chewing some tail. Man, he hated it when the throw back to the mound wasn't right on the mark. Our guys heard it and didn't hear it stop for a long time. 1-1 the count to Smith with a runner at first base. 1 away, throw over to first, and diving back safely is Price. Josh is having a great start to his senior season. He and Smith right here, another senior, are 2 of the main cogs in this Bronco lineup and 2 of the main leaders. Here's the pitch. Fastball, good eye, it's outside. 2-1 the count. Best part about calling a game here is that you're literally behind the plate and you're only about 40 feet away. You could call the game back here if you wanted to. Smith ahead 2-1. Look out. Fastball high. Snap throw to first. Nothing doing. And Smith now way out in front. 3-1. I'd be inclined to let Pete hit here. He was the winning pitcher in the state championship game a year ago. He's one of those kids. He's a grinder. He's talented, and he wants the situation. Here's the pitch to it. Fastball. He's taking. It's a strike on the outer edge. Beautiful fastball from Catanzariti. Count runs full. Josh Price down at first. A good-sized lead. Here comes the payoff. Hit in the air down the right field line. That's going to be trouble if it's fair, and it just slices foul. We'll do it all over again. That was a frozen rope, about a 250-foot line drive, but it sliced foul by about 15 feet. Not a lot of foul ground here at Daleville. It's very narrow down the lines, but it's parallel to the foul line. It does not taper into the pole, so you have a little room. Here's the 3-2. It's in the dirt, ball 4. First walk of the game belongs to Catanzariti. Then moves Price to second base, and 1 out, 2 on for the cleanup man, the DH, Jared Waldermeyer. Trying to do some damage here in the first. Danzariti set and fires. Strike on the inner half. Waldermeyer batting .286 for the year. Hands held high, right-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. The gas goes right by him. And Danzariti cut loose a mustard fastball, and it got it right by him to run the count 0-2. Could use a strikeout here. Here's the pitch. Foul tip, stays alive. That one got a piece of Garrick Smallstick. Catchers are a tough lot by breed. You can't go back there very long and not be tough, because you'll do a couple things back there. You're going to get blistered. You're going to get bruised. You're going to get beat up a little bit. He takes a pause momentarily, and now he's ready to go. Men at first and second, 1 away here in the Daleville first. We're scoreless. Here's the pitch. Fastball down low. Now the runner breaks for third. He's going to be safe. Got screened by a player on the umpire call. Smith stayed at first. Price broke immediately on the ball down, and he makes it. Count is 1-2. Tough way to get a wild pitch. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Danzariti trying to erase Waldermeyer. Here's the pitch to it. Fastball on the edge, on the knees, called strike 3. 2 away. Beautiful pitch. First K of the day for Danzariti. And that brings in Evan Etchison. Time called now as Dom does a little inventory with his jersey. He's okay now. He's ready to go. He'll stay in the stretch with a runner at first base and 2 away. Etchison, 364 coming in. And he's taking, and it's a strike. This kid has earned his reputation pitching, but he's a .408 career hitter through his first 2 years and change. That's not bad. You'll take that any day. Trying to get the first run of the day home for Daleville with men on the corners. Fastball, 1 hops the catcher, and this comes into play at Daleville. The screen is so close to the plate, you can't score. If it doesn't hit a pole and roll toward the dugout, you're not going to score. At Yorktown, it's 1-0. At Delta, it's 1-0. Here, it's just a ball. That has its advantages and its disadvantages. Count to Etchison is a ball and a strike. Smith moved down to second base on that wild pitch. Here's the pitch from Danzariti, and it's fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evan has a chance to put at least 1, maybe 2 on the board. 3 if he could take 1 deep, but it's going to be tough today. The wind's blowing in right now from left toward the plate. Here comes the pitch. Tapper foul up the third baseline. Broncos have worked him hard here in the first inning. It's going to be a big pitch count inning for Big 34. Yorktown sharp today in the road grays with green lettering and black trim. Yorktown in the home white pants, black jerseys, Vegas gold lettering. And Danzariti set, here it is. Line shot up the middle. It's going to be caught on a great diving stab, a backhand gold glove play. Saves 2 runs by Falkwer. That is a tough luck out for Etchison and a gold star defensive play for the final out of the inning by Edwin Falkwer. For Daleville, no runs, no hits. Fielder's choice and error, they leave 2 men in scoring position. We've played an inning here at Daleville. It's 0-0 on the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to inning number 2 in a scoreless game. Yorktown got a defensive gem on a diving backhand stop. Falkwer robbed Etchison with a great backhand diving play to make a catch on a line drive that otherwise was headed for the outfield and a 2-0 lead. So great work by Evan Falkwer and now Evan Etchison in his second inning of work with Garrick Smallstig to lead off, and he takes outside ball 1. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Yorktown here in the second inning. Smallstig, Contanzarini, and Stevenson waiting in the wings. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Another breaking ball, and again, missed up and away to make it 2-0. Smallstig at 273. Third straight left-handed swinger in the Tiger lineup. He takes a fastball for a strike on the inside corner. Told you that was going to be a heavy-duty inning by Contanzarini. He threw 21 pitches in the first inning unofficially. There's a pitch low. And Smallstig quickly out in front of Etchison, 3-1. These two teams could meet in the county tournament, but only in the championship game, the way the bracket is laid out. There's ball 4. Yorktown has its first runner of the day. Etchison with a walk and a strikeout, and that brings up his counterpart on the mound, Dominic Contanzarini. Batting an even 200. Off to a rough start, but he's a lot better than 200. Etchison now from the stretch for the first time, and he throws a breaking ball for a strike. Etchison is a strike-throwing machine, as he showed against Monroe Central here a week ago when he threw 87 pitches and all but 24 were strikes. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Another curve, another called strike on the inside edge. 0-2. Broncos would love to get a ground ball and maybe get a twin killing here with Smallstig down at first base. The sign, the pitch. Fastball worked him away. Good eye. Contanzarini takes to make it 2-1. Etchison set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards short. Stecker comes in. He's going to take the play to first. It was hit slowly enough he couldn't get to, and in fact probably wasn't going to get the force at second, so he throws him out at first. 6-3 is the scoring in the book. That moves Smallstig down to second base. So the Tigers have a runner in scoring position with one away here in the second, and that brings Josh Stevenson to the plate, the Yorktown left fielder, another left-handed hitter. Time called and given at the plate. Stevenson at 0.95. Now Pittsford takes advantage of the timeout, trots out to the mound for a quick gab session with his pitcher, Evan Etchison. Scoreless game here in the top of the second inning. Yorktown with its first scoring threat of the day. Stevenson trying to make it 1-0 or 2 if he could yank one out of the park. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Short lead out at second base. Etchison takes a look at him and brings the pitch home, and it's a called strike. Fastball. Stevenson was taking all the way. Outfielders, medium depth. They'll try to cut down a run at home if they can. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, good eye. It's outside and just high. 2-1 count. Etchison, a long pause as he stares in at Pittsford for the sign. He's got one picked out, and here it comes. Fouled back out of play. It was a fastball. Count is 2-2. Good having you along for the ride. Runner at second, 1 away. Here in the Yorktown second. Smallstig is the runner. Pitch is high and away. Full count. That start that Etchison had last week against Monroe Central, he did not have a single 3-ball count in the entire game. This is the second one in the last 3 hitters. Next one popped up. Back near the plate. It's going to be just out of play into the seats. And we'll stay 3-2. And you can hear from time to time on the crowd mic the wind whipping a little bit. Runner at second. 1 away. Stevenson waiting at the plate. In tight, in on the inner edge. Not quite crowding, but he's inside pretty good. Now Etchison will step off and roll through the signs again. Smallstig walked, went to second on a ground out by Contanzarini. Now Stevenson trying to get the Tigers out in front. Etchison ready with it. Another one flared foul back out of play on the third base side. Good battle here. Stevenson and Etchison fighting each other. Another payoff pitch upcoming from Etchison, the right-handed junior. Here it comes. Worked it up and away, and it's ball 4. Second walk of the day and of the inning for Etchison, and that brings in the Yorktown designated hitter, Gabe Phipps. Batting for Will Butts. Phipps had an even 250. Ground ball could get you a pair and get you out of the inning if you're Daleville. Phipps, a big right-handed hitter. Hands held high, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Etchison is stronger this year than he was a year ago. Probably another 4 to 5 miles an hour on the top end of his fastball range. Here comes the next one. Another fastball, this one over but low. 1-1 is the count. Etchison not expected to go the distance in this one. They're going to spend a few innings and a few pitches with him today. He'll go longer on Saturday in a conference doubleheader. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped right back into the mitt of Ethan Pittsford, who holds on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phipps is a big fella. These two guys know each other pretty well. Etchison with 2 men on at first and second. Here comes the pitch. Tried a little baby slider, missed upstairs. 2-2. Phipps definitely has the pop to take one out of here, even with the wind blowing in right now. Probably 5 to 10 miles an hour. Etchison from the stretch brings it home. Got him looking with a curveball. 2 down. Beautiful pitch by Etchison. 2-3 now. Strikeouts in the game for Etchison. 2 of them are looking. We're going to have a pinch runner out at second base. Sam King doing the honors. Get your catcher off the field, get him a little extra rest. That brings in Billy McNamara. Right-handed batter. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2, a scoreless tie, and now time given at the plate. Now McNamara will step out, look down at his coach, P.J. Faulkner, briefly. 158 average coming in. Another one of those guys who has not caught fire just yet, but he will. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Good eye for ball 1. Billy made a couple phenomenal defensive plays at Delta last week. One of the best diving catches on a shallow pop-up you'll see from a high school kid. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased the high cheese. Couldn't get it. Tempting to go up out of the zone there when you're a hitter. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Goose eggs in the line score. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Etchison threw it right by him. You heard the sound. Quickly, 1-2. Etchison looking for a strikeout here and a way to end the inning. Here comes the pitch. Fastball worked him way outside. Good stop by Pittsford. The count runs 2-2. We have a lot of good catchers in the county again this year. Those guys will save you 20 runs a year easy and a lot of aggravation. 2-2 the count to McNamara. Now right back into the screen. Still 2-2. Tyler Stotler, the Daleville head coach, in the crowd today. That was right at him. He'd have caught it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out here in the second. Etchison's pitch. Fastball outside. McNamara with a good eye. Did not chase, and we're full in the count. 2 down runners will be in motion here on the 3-2 pitch. King at second. Stevenson at first. Here it comes. Fouled right back into the screen. That was at me. Another good battle at the plate. This is a good test for Daleville to play Yorktown. They're only 2-4, only in quotation marks. This is a good team. Playing a really tough league, and there are 2 classes higher in enrollment. 1A versus 3A. This is a good regular season measuring stick for Daleville. The number 1 team in 1A. Swing and a miss. McNamara couldn't get the breaking pitch. And he's out on strikes. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 runners left on base. That is strikeout number 4 for Evan Etchison. We're through an inning and a half in Daleville. It's Yorktown 0. Broncos coming to bat in the second on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We head for the home second in a scoreless affair. Yorktown and Daleville duking it out here today. Beautiful weather. You could bottle this, can it, put it in the pantry, pull it out again in January. You'd be on to something. 6, 7, and 8 for Daleville here in this half of the second. And first pitch home to Pittsford is low, ball 1. Ethan Pittsford, Braden Danner, Aiden Wilson, Caden Gothrup in the hole, and plus if you get that far. Next one, a fastball taken upstairs, 2-0 to Pittsford. So you get to the bottom third, you've got Braden, Aiden, and Caden right in a row for Daleville. Thanks, Moms. 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball upstairs, 3-0. Danzariti threw 21 pitches in inning number 1. This will be number 25 in the game. Coming up right here. As he stares in at Smallstig, now into his motion, here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a strike of beauty. It is still early in the year for pitchers and even guys who throw in the winter. You get outdoors, game situations, it can be tough early in the year. Next one. Hit on a line right at the third baseman, Butts, who puts it away for out number 1. Soft line drive, and with one away, Braden Danner will come up to the plate. Danner has the only home run hit this year by a Daleville batter. I will bet the farm they will have more at the end of the season. The windup in the pitch. Fouled right back into the screen. Good cut by Danner. .273 hitter coming in today, right-handed, and now time granted again as Danner steps out. Sophomore playing right field today. Danzariti winds and fires. Breaking ball, popped up. It'll be back out of play behind the plate. 0-2 the count. County tournament this year is going to be a real dilly because there are no weak sisters this year. Everyone can beat the others. Here's the pitch. Sharply on the ground through the 5-hole into left field. We've got our first hit of the day. It belongs to Daleville's Braden Danner. And he'll be aboard with 1 away here in the second inning. That brings up Aiden Wilson, playing third base today. 444 through the first 4 games. Spin throw to first. Danner back, diving in a Tide commercial. The laundry just got a lot tougher at the Danner household. We'll see if he's thinking about going. He has a big lead. He'll take another half step here. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the pipe, a beauty for a strike. Wilson is a right-handed swinger. Big hole on the right side, 70 feet of real estate available if he wants to shoot the gap. Hit behind the runner. Pitch to do it on was right there. Fastball on the outer edge. He took it for a strike, and it's 0-2. Baseball is a relatively simple game. Now choked up at least 2 inches on the bat. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back out of play. Into the middle of softball practice. Good job spoiling that last one by Wilson. Danner with a little bit shorter lead at first this time. And Tanzariti with a high set. High fastball is fouled right back into the fence. Wilson the batter. Danner the runner at first. In a scoreless game. Here's the pitch. Look out. Buzzed the tower with a fastball. Garrick Smallstick lost it. It popped out of his catcher's mitt. And the runner scoots down to second base. Pitch was way up. Smallstick did a good job just getting up to field it. So Daleville has a runner in scoring position in with one away, with Danner out at second. Here's the pitch. Too high. Good eye by Wilson. Count is 2-2. Wilson with a chance to get a run home if he can just shoot that gap on the right side. The second baseman, Hawk, we're playing tag with the runner over there, and there's a 70-foot gap easy. Next one, too high, and the count full. 7 pitch plate appearance already for Wilson. It's going to be at least 8 before this is finished. Good battle here between Catanzariti and Wilson. High set, pitch home. Called third strike. A beautiful fastball right on the outside corner. 2 away. Tanzariti gets rid of Wilson. And that's 2 down, and here comes your 9-hole hitter, Caden Gothrop. That's 2 strikeouts on the day for Catanzariti. Gothrop trying to find the green here. He's taking, and it's ball 1. Pittsford lined out to third. Danner walked, went to second on a wild pitch. Wilson struck out looking. Gothrop again with a huge hole on the right side. That's a good 80-foot hole. Here's the pitch. High and away with a fastball. 2-0 the count. Scoreless ball game here in the home second. Fantastic day to play baseball. And Tanzariti checks the runner, brings it home. It's high and away. The count 3-0. You don't want to walk the 9-hole hitter ever, let alone on 4 pitches.
Come on, Dom.
So you're probably going to be taking here, if you're Gothrop, you're going to get at least 1 strike, probably 99 times out of 100. Here's the pitch. Fastball, he is taking. Strike on the inner half. Now do you turn him loose if you're Terry Turner?
Come on, bud.
Probably going to get something to hit here. I'd let him go. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 4. That rolls over the top of the order, and it brings in Max Stecker. Second walk issued by Catanzariti, and now time called, and PJ Fauqueroa will have a bit of a decision to make here with his pitcher. Daleville runners get a chance to talk things over with their base coaches. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless game. Daleville got men to second and third in the first, but left them. Broncos have men at first and second now with 2 down in the second, and their leadoff man getting his second look today at Dom Catanzariti. Stecker 0 for 8 in the season, looking for his first base hit of 2019. Reached in the first on catcher's interference. Here's the pitch to him. Squares, shows bunt, takes a strike. Was among the better fastballs thrown so far today by Catanzariti. They'll play behind the runner at first, will Yorktown. Here comes the pitch. Fastball too high. 1-1. Braden Danner at second. Caden Gothrop at first. Daleville trying to break the ice. Fastball again, too high. Snap throw to first. Runner back okay. 2-1 is the count. I can't tell you the last time I saw catcher's interference called in a high school game. It happened on the second pitch of the first inning as Daleville hit. There's a line shot. Shortstop gets a piece of it. It trickles right over near second base, and Faulkner picks it up for a forced play. Wow. How do you like that? Well, the out at second goes 6-4 the hard way, and that's the end of the inning for Daleville in the second inning. They can't get a run home. No runs, a hit. They leave 2 men on base. They've left 4 already in the game. We're through 2 complete in Daleville. It's the Broncos and the Tigers, scoreless on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the top of the third here. No score in the game. 9-1-2. Due up for Yorktown here in their half of the third. Parker Stinson, the right fielder, will lead things off, and yet another left-handed hitting Tiger. Here comes the pitch. From Etchison, it's a strike. Etchison was going to be on a pitch limit today. This probably will be his final inning of work. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball low to even the count. They want to save the bulk of his work this week for their conference games coming up on Saturday. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball outside. 2-1 the count. 9-1-2 with Evan Faulkner and Graham Reedy waiting in the wings for the Tigers. 0-0 game. Here's the windup in the pitch. Fastball way outside. Count runs to 3-1. Etchison takes time off the mound, takes his hat off, walks behind it. Probably not happy with himself. He's thrown 3 straight balls after getting out in front 0-1. Here comes the 3-1. Fouled away on the ground over near the third base dugout. The count full now. By my count, 5 left-handed hitters in the Yorktown batting order. I was a lefty naturally and switch hit, so I love the lefties. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 away. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Evan Etchison. He has struck out the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Tiger batting order. The real test here is whether he can do it again, with the leadoff man Faulkner standing in, and he went down on strikes his first time. Here's the windup in the pitch. Just low, ball 1. Faulkner opened the day at 381. He's 0 for 1 in this one. Windup in the pitch. Get in the air down the right field line. The wind will push it toward the line. A long run. Is Danner going to get there? No. Ball's about 5 feet from the fence in foul ground. Nothing but a loud strike. Braden Danner, the right fielder, ran a good 100 feet just to try to get it and ran out of real estate with about 10, 15 feet to spare. Lockwer has the defensive web gem of the day so far on a diving stop of a line drive off Etchison's bat that would have made it a 2-0 game. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss over the breaking ball. 1-2. A lot of guys throw. Evan Etchison pitches. He's a smart, capable, terrific command junior right-hander. He steps off briefly now, back up there, has his sign into his windup. Hit in the air toward right center field. It should be playable. Price coming over. Braden Danner calls him off and makes the catch in right field. So the wind pushed that one away from Price over toward Danner. 2 up, 2 down here in the Yorktown third. That's 4 in a row retired by Etchison. No one on for Graham Reedy, one of the lefties. About 2 inches up off the knob and not wearing batting gloves. Here comes the pitch. He takes low and outside, ball 1. Reedy popped to third his first time. Nothing for 1 today. Here's the next one. Same spot, same result, 2-0. Yorktown looking for its first hit of the game. Etchison winds and fires. Same spot, same result, 3-0. He's working Reedy away, trying to get him to nibble outside, and he's not having any of it. 3-0 the count. Open stance, here's the pitch to him. That's a strike to make it 3-1. Now he'll be looking to hack at anything good. Etchison winds and fires. Outside, ball 4. Another walk for Etchison. That brings in Jackson Taylor. Third walk by Etchison today. He's not razor sharp today like he was a week ago. Jackson Taylor went down looking to end the first inning. Big lead at first. Runner bluffs, pitches top of the zone, strike 1. Taylor was taking. Taylor's been red hot early in the year, came in at 471 today. Runner going, pitch outside, throw down is going to be wild into center field, and the runner is going to head down to third. So it's a stolen base and an error. First miscue of the day by Daleville. The runner at third. Pitch was a ball. The count is 1-1. Etchison will stay in the stretch instead of flipping back to the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Nibbled the outside corner. He missed it wide. Good eye by Taylor to make it 2-1. Graham Reedy down at third. Best Yorktown scoring opportunity of the day. Here's the pitch. Outside, way outside. And the count runs to 3-1. And for another hitter here, a called strike to open it, then 3 balls in a row by Etchison. 3-1. Do you turn him loose here? Here comes the pitch. Yes, and he hits it in the air. Foul ground, third base side over near the dugout. It's going to be just out of play. That'll fill the count, and we'll do it all over again. Etchison has thrown 66 pitches unofficially by my chicken scratch. So even if you don't end the inning here, he may be pitching to his last hitter of the day. Jackson Taylor back in there, ready. Etchison gets the sign from Pittsford. He's ready to go. Nods, here it comes. This one sliced foul down the third baseline, back out of play. Taylor trying to get a run home here in the third. 0-0 game. Etchison looking to close it down. Set at the chest. Works it away. It's ball 4. Back-to-back walks with 2 away here by Etchison. That'll bring up the cleanup man, Garrick Smallstick. Has to take off his catcher gear in the on-deck circle, and here comes Garrick. I said the other day he might be the only player in Indiana whose first and last names both end in IG. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Smallstick walked his first time. No official at bats for him today. Here's the pitch. Runner stays put at first, and it's a called strike. Smallstick at 273. Now Pittsford, the Daleville catcher, out in front of the plate, giving the signs. We'll see if the double steal might be on for Yorktown. Smallstick trying to break a scoreless tie. They nearly picked off the runner at first. He dives back just in front of the tag on a snap throw over there from Etchison. You got to be careful when you're on the back end, especially with 2 down. Snap throw to first again. Runner back diving. Taylor looks like a powdered donut. Tigers on the corners, 2 away here in the third inning. Scoreless game. We'll see if Smallstick can break that. Here comes the pitch. He's taking it. It's a strike. 0-2. Etchison a pitch away from working out of a jam here in the third. Staring in for the sign. Now he's ready. Here it comes. Runner from first breaks. The throw down to second base is going to be caught, and it's knocked out of the glove of Pete Smith as the batting helmet ran into the glove. And Yorktown gets a run as Graham Reedy comes home to score. Well, the back end of the double steal worked, and it's a 1-0 game as Reedy came home to score. One and 2 is the count. And now time given again at the plate as Smallstick steps out. This rally began with 2 down, and walks were critically important to it. Here's the pitch. Fouled back out of play on the left field side. Etchison struck out Stinson. Got Falkwer to fly out. Things were dandy. Then he walked Reedy and walked Taylor, and now it's 1-0. Smallstick trying to stay alive. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Called third strike at the plate. Doesn't matter what happens down at third base. So that ends the inning. That's the 6th strikeout of the day by Etchison, and most likely his last pitch of the day. Yorktown scratches out a run. They do it without getting a hit. 1 error by Daleville, and a man left on base. We're through 2.5 in Daleville. Yorktown has the lead. It's the Tigers 1, Daleville 0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. But the games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Now pitching for Yorktown, number 19, Ian Brumback.
Welcome back to the ball game. We head for the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 game now with Yorktown out in front, and we've had a pitching change in the wings. The new Yorktown hurler, Ian Brumback, on in relief of Dominic Contanzariti. Brumback, number 19 jersey, and he'll take over after a 2-inning stint by Contanzariti. Right-hander. First pitch swinging is Price. Grounds it to the deep hole at short. Throw across is in time. They got him by a step, and that's one out. That brings up Peyton Smith. 2, 3, and 4 for Daleville here in their half of the third. Some pretty good lumber in the lineup right here. Smith walked in the first. He hits one on the air, left field straight away. It's deep, but it's going to stay in the park, and it's playable and an out as Stevenson camps under it for the out. That brings up the DH, Jared Waltermeyer. So you close the book on Contanzariti. 2 innings of one-hit work, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Unofficially 46 pitches for him. Jared Waltermeyer, the batter. First one is in the dirt, ball 1. Brumback, a tall, lanky right-hander, throws pretty hard. Lines and fires. Swing, foul tip. Small stick holds on. And the count is a ball and a strike. Waltermeyer struck out. Went down looking against Contanzariti in the first. There's the breaking ball taken for a strike. And Brumback is ahead in the count 1-2. Brumback trying to work a 1-2-3. Daleville third. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Stays alive. Does Waltermeyer. Still 1-2. If you're not already on Twitter, you should get there. And when you do, you can follow me at Delco Preps. You'll find out about all kinds of things, including our broadcast plans from day to day. The windup and the 1-2. Good eye to take that sharp slider away. That was a good pitcher's pitch. But it's a ball in the count 2-2. 2-2 to Waltermeyer. Windup and the delivery. Breaking ball inside. The count runs full. So you're hacking at anything close here if you're Jared Waltermeyer. Just one hit in the game by Daleville. Here's the next one. Grounded sharply towards short. Throw across. They got him easily. Broncos are up and down in order here in the third inning. They hang a bagel again for the third straight time. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We're through 3 complete in Daleville. It's the Tigers 1, the Broncos nothing on the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head for the middle inning, top of the fourth, in a good game. 1-0 contest. Yorktown out in front of Daleville, and we've had a pitching change as advertised for Daleville. The day is over on the mound. For Evan Etchison, he puts in 3 innings of work, and he gives way to lefty Caden Gothrop. Had a couple changes along with it. Looks like Braden Danner has gone to left. Not sure who that is out in right field. Jimmy Bowen, it looks like, has gone to right field. Evan Etchison has gone to first base. So, Caden Gothrop, southpaw. Second pitcher of the day. Three innings of work for Etchison. Didn't give up a hit. Allowed the game's only run. Walked 4, struck out 6. Those walks right now have him in a bit of a jam because he's the pitcher of record right now, and he would take the loss if the game finishes where it is now. Gothrop done with his warm-up tosses. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in the Yorktown order here in the fourth inning. Dominic Contanzariti, then Josh Stevenson and Gabe Phipps due up for the Tigers, who lead 1-0. Tigers have not had a hit in the game. One of the strange things about baseball, you can be behind in the hits category and leading the game, which is right where Yorktown finds themselves. First pitch of the day from Gothrop is low and in, ball 1. Contanzariti 0 for 1 on the day, grounded to short his first time. Right-handed hitter. Gothrop ready with the next one. This one slashed back out of play on the first base side. One the count. The windup and the delivery. Tapper foul. It's going to be a dead ball. Hit the batter in the box. Everybody's set. 1-2 pitch coming from Gothrop. Fastball missed outside. Count is 2-2. Yorktown trying to break a 3-game losing streak in this one. Gothrop's windup and his pitch. Took something off. Breaking ball missed upstairs. The count is full. Gothrop's first outing of the year was a good one. He struck out 8, didn't walk anybody, and I believe 6 innings of work. Wind up in the pitch. Foul tip back off the mask of the catcher and off the umpire. Ump says, I'm okay. Pittsford says, me too. And we're all set to go. Plate umpires and catchers look out for each other. They should. It's tough duty back there. Anyone who thinks it's not needs to go back and find out sometime. Gothrop winds. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled right back into the screen. High above my broadcast vantage point. While I've got a chance, thanks to Ben Whistle, the athletic director here at Daleville, and all the game day staff, mostly volunteers, for all their hospitality. Always good to be here in the corral. That's what I call it. Next 3-2 pitch in the air down the right field line. It's going to be in foul ground. It's also going to be down for nothing more than a strike, and we'll do it again. Some good extended at-bats today by Yorktown. I said earlier, they come in hitting .233 as a team, but this is a good baseball team. And they're going to get their share of hits and score their share of runs this year. They just haven't really put it all together yet. I stress yet. Foul ball, finally retrieved back in. Gothrop has a new ball in Contanzariti, and we'll take a look at another 3-2 pitch. The wind and the fire. It's called third strike. A tailing changeup on the outside corner. Man, what a pitch for strike 3 by Gothrop. That was a beauty. That brings in Josh Stevenson. Left-handed hitter. Walked his first time up today. Lefty against lefty matchup with Gothrop on the mound. Fastball outside, ball 1. I am told that Gothrop has developed quite a split finger. Sinker, if you will. Can't wait to see it. Here comes the pitch. Hopped up, back on a play. Daleville is talent rich. When you think about the future in the state tournament in 1A, you've got a stud right-hander and a stud left-hander, and that will do them well in about 6 weeks from now. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the first base line, foul. Etchison over to take it. Count is 1-2. In state tournament play, if you've got a number 1 and a number 1A in your rotation, you've got some valuable cards. Gothrop winds. Here comes the 1-2. It's buzzing the tower high and inside. Stevenson got out of the way, and it's 2-2. Pitching is still the coin of the realm. If you've got it, you're in good shape. The windup, Gothrop's pitch, hopped up, foul ground, over near the third base dugout. Giving chase are Pittsford and Wilson, and it lands on the dugout roof. Really good battles today by the Yorktown hitters. They have worked deep counts. They have fouled off a lot of 2-strike pitches. They may be 2-4 now, but they're going to win a lot of games, especially the non-conference variety. 2-2 delivery. Grounded to the right side, right at the second baseman. Should be easy work for Smith. Over to Etchison. 2 down. Then brings in Gabe Phipps. When you play good defense behind your pitcher, life is good. A week ago, Monroe Central came in here, and Daleville's infield looked horrible, to be blunt. Made 5 errors, and it cost him the game. But today, Daleville has played solid defense. And with no on and 2 down, Phipps gets his first look at Gothrop. And he takes down in the dirt, ball 1. Phipps struck out looking against Etchison back in inning number 2. 0 for 1 day for the Yorktown DH. Big right-handed hitter, strong kid. Takes fastball on the outside corner. That evens the count at 1-1. 1-0 game on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Can't beat this weather with a stick. I'll take as much of this as you want to give me. Fastball outside. Gothrop knew it got away from him. 2-1 to count. The only run in the game came in the 3rd inning when Yorktown managed to scratch out a 2-out run, and that's where we are, 1-0 game. Gothrop's windup and delivery is on the inside corner. Taken for a strike by Phipps, and that makes it 2-2. I see some fans sitting out in lawn chairs. Left center field where the flags are. 7 or 8 of them. Here's the next one from Gothrop. Look out. Grounded sharply to the on-deck circle. McNamara said, I'm all right. And again, the tight little park comes into play. When you're on deck here at Yorktown, you aren't any more than about 50 feet, if that, from home plate. And in Billy's case, looking into the sun, you better really be careful over there. Got to stay in the game. Heads up. Another 2-2 pitch coming from Gothrop. Swing and a miss. Took something off. Got Phipps on strikes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th for Yorktown. Gothrop faces 3 hitters. Puts away 2 of them on his own. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway home in this one. Yorktown leads Daleville 1-0 on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th inning in a strange game in that Yorktown hasn't had a hit halfway through and they lead 1-0. I've covered a few no-hitters. I've never seen one by a team that got beat. But right now, that's the situation. Evan Etchison to lead things off for Daleville here in the 4th inning. He checks his swing. Pitch was a strike anyway. Etchison, Ethan Pittsford, Braden Danner for the Broncos here in their half of the 4th as they trail 1-0. Next one popped up out into shallow right center field. 2 men converge. The center fielder is going to run way over. Catches it in front of the right fielder, but it's 8 over everyone in the outfield. And Reedy with a nice grab for out number 1. Etchison hit that a mile high. That brings in Ethan Pittsford, the Daleville catcher. Ian Brumbach in his 2nd inning of work as he picks up the Yorktown starter, Dominic Contanzariti. Pittsford with his first look at Brumbach, and he swings away, and it's a strike. Pittsford nothing out of 1. He lined right to the 3rd baseman, one of those don't have to move kind of plays. for Butts down there at third the first time. Pittsford came up. Lined up in pitch. Fastball, the top of the zone, taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Next one, up and in, ball one. 4 straight batters have been retired now by Yorktown pitching. All of them by Brumback. Lines and fires. Foul tip. Got a slider. Pittsford stayed alive. Just barely. Nice crowd on hand here today for a weekday game. 5 o'clock start. Short trip for the Yorktown folks. Real short trip for the Daleville crowd. Here's the pitch. Worked him away. Couldn't get him to nibble. Good pitch by Brumback. But Pittsford laid off to make it 2-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Here comes the next one. It's right at me, about 2 feet outside. A great stop by Smallstig. And the count is full. That pitch was halfway out in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. No room for him now. 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Grounded sharply down the third baseline, but foul. We'll load up another payoff pitch from Ian Brumback. Brumback wears a beard. Looks like he's 34 years old from here. Ready with the next one. The windup and the delivery. Hit in the air. Straight away left. It's a mile high and shallow. Coming on the left fielder, Stevenson. Makes the catch. And quickly 2 down. So a couple of mile-high flyouts from Etchison and Pittsford. 5 straight retired by Brumback, and that brings in Braden Danner. Mentioned earlier today, he's the only guy in the Daleville dugout with a home run in 2019. So you really got to be careful with him here. The windup in the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Danner has the only hit in the entire game. A solid single in the second inning. He chops one foul back to the backstop. We've had a lot more walks in this game than anything else. And again, it's early April. The pitchers will get better as the weather warms up consistently. Next pitch on the way. Sharply in the air, but foul. Way out of play on the right field side. Brumback out in front, 1-2. Good, solid right-hander here. Just the kind of guy you want on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball grounded towards short. Gonna have to hurry. Throw across in time. They got him on a 6-3 ground out, and that does it for Daleville here in their half of inning number 4. 3 up, 3 down. Brumback has retired the first 6 men that he's faced. We're through 4 complete in Daleville. The Broncos trail Yorktown 1-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the game. Move to the 5th inning. We're talking golf in the background, as you can probably tell. It's in the hole. But quite a game we got going here. 1-0. Yorktown got the only run of the day in the 3rd inning. They've made it stand up so far. It's 8-9-1 due up for Yorktown here in their half of the 5th inning. Billy McNamara, followed by Parker Stinson and Evan Falkworth. I'll do golf if you'll do ribs.
Deal. I'll make
Billy McNamara in the batter's box, 0 for 1, struck out swinging. And Caden Gothrop hits him in the left hip with the first pitch of the inning. Not quite up to plan. First batter to be hit today. McNamara goes down to first. The ump points at him and says, "Are you all right?" He's like, "My dad's a trainer. We're all good." We're going to have a runner for him anyway. Sam King will run for McNamara here in the 5th inning. It's the 2nd time today that Sam has gone in the game as a courtesy runner. Then to bring up Parker Stinson. Stinson homered last Wednesday in game 1 at Delta. So if you're Gothrop, you got to be careful yourself here. This is still anybody's game, but we're now into the mid to late innings. And you don't want to get too far behind if you're Daleville, especially the way Yorktown's relief pitching has been. Stinson in there, 0 for 1. He was also a strikeout victim against Etchison. He squares to bunt, takes high, the snap throw down to first, and the runner back. So we'll see if Yorktown has anything on here. You got the 9-hole hitter at the plate, but as I said, he's got a home run on his resume this year. So you might just let him hit. He squares, bunts back toward the mound. Gothrop down. He's going to take the plate at first, and it's a sacrifice. 1-3 on the putout. Caden takes the out, which is what he should have done there. King moves down to second base, and that rolls over the top of the order and brings in Evan Falkworth. Nothing out of 2 for Falkworth today. Struck out, fly to right. Got a chance to give his team a bigger lead with a man at second base and only 1 out. First pitch from Gothrop is low and in, ball 1. Gothrop in relief of Evan Etchison, who went the first 3. Gothrop in the 4th, and now again here in the 5th for the Bronx Bombers. Pitch home, outside, 2-0. Falkworth really saved the game early. It was his diving stop of a line drive that was headed right for right center field with 2 Yorktown or 2 Daleville runners ready to come home. Foul back out of play. And that was a great play by Falkworth. And had he not made that catch of that line drive, could very easily have been 2-1 at that point. That happened in the 1st inning. So he really did save their bacon early. He's ahead in the count, 1-2. Falkworth waiting. Gothrop brings it home. Foul tip. Pittsford holds on at the plate. It's 2-2. Caden is just a sophomore. I love his mechanics. And he's plenty good now, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him as he fills out. pretty thin right now. Here's the pitch. Grounded left side, right at the third baseman. Wilson has it, looks the runner back, takes it to first, and he got him. Nicely done by Aiden Wilson on a 5-3 ground out. Did it just right. That's 2 down. That brings up Graham Reedy. Play was right in front of him. And now with a runner at second and 2 down, Graham Reedy, who scored the game's only run back in the second inning after walking with 2 out. He's 0 for 1 with a pop out to third. First pitch from Gothrop is a breaking ball high, ball 1. This has been a rapidly played game. As you might guess, in a game with very few hits, we've really rolled along. Gothrop ready from the stretch. Hands high. Pitch home. It's a bullet, but just outside. 2-0 the count. Yorktown trying to get an insurance run home with Sam King out at second base. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Pittsford to keep the runner where he is. Good eye by Reedy to make it 3-0. If you're Gothrop and Daleville, this is where you want to get him, right here. You don't want to let this man reach. Runner at second, 2 out. 5th inning, 1-0 Yorktown lead. Here comes the pitch. Way upstairs. It's ball 4. First walk issued by Gothrop. And with 2 on and 2 down, Jackson Taylor is the Yorktown hitter. Taylor opened the day 471. That dropped when he struck out in the first. He walked and was stranded in the third. So ducks on the pond, as my dad, the former coach, would say. 2 on, 2 out in a 1-0 game. Gothrop going to work. In the air to straightaway center field. Price on his horse going back. He reaches up. He made a, well, he couldn't catch it. I was screened. He must have gotten his glove on it. 1 run in, 2 runs in. Price couldn't quite get there. And the lead moves to 3-0 now. Double. 2 RBIs for Taylor. That'll bring in Garrick Smallstig. Price ran a long way and nearly got there. Just a little short. Two spot here in the 5th. And Yorktown has its first hit of the day. Gothrop's pitch is a strike. Smallstig 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out looking against Etchison earlier in the day. Here's the pitch. Slashed foul back into the screen. So Taylor came through with a big, big blow. Yorktown leading by 3 now. Gothrop's pitch over the head of Smallstig, who ducks it. 1-2 the count to him. 3-0 game. Visitors 5th inning. Gothrop trying to get out of it here with a man at second base. Runner goes. He had a huge break. Strike 3 at the plate, though, and that'll end the inning. It's a good thing because he'd have stolen that base in his sleep. Strikeout for Gothrop, his 3rd on the day, and that does it here in the 5th inning for Yorktown. 2 runs, a double. They leave a man at second base. And through 4.5 here in Daleville, it's the Tigers 3, the Broncos 0. on the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the Daleville half of the fifth inning. The Broncos trailing Yorktown 3-0 now. Aiden Wilson to lead things off. He takes the ball. His first appearance against Brumback. He fouls the next one down between the feet of the catcher, Smallstig, who had a bite taken out of him on that one too. Yeah, you can't pay catchers enough. It's miserable duty. 8, 9, and 1 for Daleville here in their half of the fifth inning. Ian Brumback has been spectacular in relief for the Tigers. He has retired all 6 batters that he's faced. Wilson, Caden Gothrop, Max Stecker due up for the guys in black and gold here in the fifth inning. Yorktown scratched out a run in the third, 2 more in the fifth to lead 3-0. Both teams with only 1 hit all day. The pitchers have been pretty good today on both sides. Wilson ready. Here's the 1-1. It's way upstairs to make it 2-1. Wilson struck out looking back in the second inning in an 8-pitch at bat. He really battled well. Here comes the next one. Fastball over but low. Wilson ahead in the count, 3-1. Gothrop waiting in the on-deck circle. Broncos need a couple base runners here in the fifth. Wind up in the pitch. It's in the dirt, outside, ball 4. So the leadoff man is aboard for Daleville. That's the first walk issued by Brumback, and the first Daleville batter he hasn't gotten out. And time called, and a visit to the mound and a conference call as all 6 guys in the infield converge on the mound for Yorktown. If you're just joining us, 1 in the third for Yorktown, 2 more in the fifth. Broncos have hung nothing but bagels all day long against Yorktown pitching. I see some Yorktown softball players in the stands, and the girls from Yorktown are playing like the 27 Yankees. They're beating the tar out of everybody. They're up to 3rd in the poll this week in the 3A softball coaches poll. Daleville is number 1 in 1A again this week in the baseball 1A poll. Wapahani made a big jump to number 2 this week in the 2A poll, and Monroe Central from just across the county line in Parker City, they jumped from unranked in the preseason poll up into the top 10 after an impressive 6-0 start. They're among the best records in the state right now in Parker City. Gothrop is in there. Brumback from the stretch for the first time today, and he nearly hit him with a fastball that comes all the way to the screen. The runner will go down to second base. Wilson goes down to second on the wild pitch by Brumback. So, Daleville has a runner in scoring position. Here in the fifth, nobody out. Gothrop looking to help himself as the relief pitcher for Daleville bats here in the home fifth. Here's the pitch. Look out. Up and in with a fastball. Nearly hit him. He's up in the count 2-0. Stecker, the leadoff man in the order, waiting in the on-deck circle. If this man reaches, Daleville has a shot at a big inning. Long way to go. Brumback takes a look at the runner, brings it home. Line shot, center field, base hit. Runner will come to third. They'll round him and hit the brakes on a line shot single to center by Caden Gothrop. Yorktown in trouble here in the fifth. Second hit of the day by Daleville. Both of their hits have been line drives and wicked ones. Now the tying run comes to the plate, and you're probably going to get 3 chances here with Stecker in there with nobody out. Josh Price and Peyton Smith waiting behind him. This is the inning, if you're Daleville, where you got to make hay. Got to score here. Stecker is the batter, still looking for his first hit of the season. What a time to get it if you could do it here. Big hole on the right side. Pitch comes home, squares, and takes outside. 1-0 the count. Stecker reached in the first on catcher's interference. Grounded into a force play in the second inning. His first look at Ian Brumback. From the stretch, checks the runner at first, pitch home, squares again to Stecker and takes the ball in the dirt. 2-0, good stop by Smallstig. Gets a new baseball for his hurler Ian Brumback. Game situation here, huge hole on the right side of the infield, 70 feet of real estate available for Max Stecker. With runners on the corners and nobody out in a 3-0 game. Squares again, fastball outside. 3 straight bad ones from Brumback, and it's 3-0. Daleville trying to load the bases. And on 3-0, you better be taken here. Brumback looks over at first, now brings it home. Fastball strike. Stecker still ahead in the count, 3-1. Aiden Wilson at third, Gothrop at first. Here in the Daleville fifth, they trail by 3, but maybe not for long. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Brumback took something off, fooled him, and it's 3-2. You hear the crowd coming to life. Brumback could really use a strikeout here. From the stretch, set at the waist, here it comes. Down, ball 4. Bases loaded. That's going to be it for Ian Brumback. He's going to have to come out of the game after walking the bases loaded here. We'll take the break. Back with more after this on Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for Sacrifice Bunts and Sacrifice Flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We've had a pitching change for Yorktown. They bring on Evan Faulkner, the third pitcher today for Yorktown. Ian Brumback ran into a buzzsaw in his third inning of work. Retired the first 6 hitters he faced today. But a walk, a single, and another walk have him in trouble. Bases loaded, nobody out. Faulkner comes in from second base to pitch. I believe that we've got a new man at second base. Robert Hook is playing second base now for Yorktown. In to catch, Will Butts. So Small Stick has gone somewhere. Just can't figure out. We may be in right field. We'll try to get him straight for you when they hit. Bags loaded. Nobody out. Josh Price, the batter. Here's the pitch. Fastball over but low, ball 1. Nowhere to put Price. 0 for 2. Fielder's choice, ground out. Bags full of Broncos here in the 5th with Yorktown leading 3-0. Price ready. Faulkner's pitch. Fastball over but low again to make it 2-0. Peyton Smith waiting in the on-deck circle for the Broncos. Golden opportunity for Daleville here in the home 5th to try to get back in the game. Faulkner from the stretch. Ground ball sharply, left side. It's taken deep in the hole. The throw across is not going to be in time, and Daleville has dented the scoreboard. That'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Josh Price, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Wilson comes home to score, and we re-rack the 8-ball game for Daleville here in the 5th. Peyton Smith is the batter. Not much you can do for Yorktown there. That was just a deep ball to the hole. Good speed by Price. He legs it out. 3-1 game. Still bags juiced. Still no one out for Peyton Smith. Right-handed hitter. Faulkner brings it home. Hopped out of play on the right side. Smith is nothing out of 1 with a walk and a fly out to left. Batting with the bags loaded, nowhere to put him. Faulkner will work from the stretch, not the windup. Here comes his pitch. Popped up again, same spot, back out of play on the first base side. Might be dropping his bat head just a little too much. Faulkner ahead of him, 0-2. Broncos on every base. Here comes the pitch. Worked a fastball in the dirt. Butts with a good stop. The count 1-2. Broncos trying to rally here. Trailing 3-1 in the 5th. Very few hits in the game. Been pitcher dominated. Line shot. Center field. He comes on, dives, can't get it. It's by him all the way to the center field fence. 1 run in, 2 runs in. He's going to clear the bases. Peyton Smith doubles home 3 runs, and Daleville takes a 4-3 lead. Oh, Reedy made a dangerous play in center. It was all or nothing, and he got nothing. Wow. Unbelievable how fast a game can change. All three runners come home to score. Gothrop, Stecker, Price. Wow. First pitch comes home to Jared Walnermeyer, and he takes low ball one. Smith out at second base now. Pitch home. Popped up. It's going to stay in play. Right side, just down the right field line. It's going to be a foul ball. 3 Yorktown players converged down there. No one could get it. The first and second baseman and the right fielder ran their tails off to try to get there. Just a long, loud strike. If you're a Daleville fan, you got to be ecstatic. Not only do you have the lead, there's still nobody out, and you've got a man at second base. Walnemeyer is 0-for-2 in the game with a strikeout looking and a ground out, trying to pick up Smith, the runner at second base. Now Faulkner steps off briefly. Now he's back on the rubber. Walnemeyer back in the batter's box. 1-1 count. 4-3 Daleville leading now here in the home fifth. They're not done by a lot. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball way upstairs. 2-1. Faulkner, the third pitcher of the day for Yorktown, in trouble here in the fifth. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by Walnermeyer. Went with the gas. Evens the count 2-2. Still anybody's game. We've got a long way to go. Walnermeyer looking for a ribby with a runner at second and no one out. Faulkner's pitch. Nearly hit him. It's upstairs. Runner will break for third. Butts will throw down and throws wildly, and a great play at third base by, is that Phipps in? Phipps is playing third base now, and he just saved a run on the wild throw down. Smith advances to third on the wild pitch. Full count now to Walnermeyer. Sacrifice fly would get you a run. Faulkner's delivery. Popped up. Back out of play. We've had a number of terrific hitter-pitcher battles in this game on both sides. These guys are really playing well today on both sides of the dugouts. Well-executed game. 3-2. Ball 4. Walnermeyer took in tight. He's got himself a base on balls. That'll put men on the corners. You're going to pinch run for him. I think Terry Turner is going to pinch run, or at least courtesy run. And he is. Walnermeyer will sit down. Blake Johnson will courtesy run. A lot more speed out of Johnson. Runners on the corners, nobody out. This inning began 3-0 Yorktown. It's now 4-3 Daleville. Evan Etchison is due up. And we're all set to go. Etchison lined out sharply, then flying to center. He's 0-for-2 today at the plate. He's off the hook now. He's no longer the pitcher of record. He threw the first 3 innings of the day for Daleville. Men on the corners, nobody out. Etchison takes a strike. Etchison and a lot of these Yorktown guys play club ball together, travel ball on the Indiana Prospects. They know each other inside and out. Not hiding much here. Faulkner ready. Etchison pops a little fly ball out of play down the first baseline. He's in a 0-2 hole. Walks have been critical in this game on both sides. We've had very few hits. Etchison trying to stay alive with men on the corners, no outs. Throw to first. They've got him hung out to dry. They'll run him down towards second base. Now running back toward first, and they're going to throw too late. He's safe. They waited too long to throw back behind him, and he got back. Blake Johnson might have just learned a lesson about varsity base running. This ain't JV anymore. Things you can't do up here. But he got back safely. Runners still on the corners. That should have been a pickoff all day long, twice on Sunday. Etchison gets a reprieve. Nothing into the count to him. Runner at first breaks. Pitch is fouled back, out of play. Etchison represents the 7th batter of the inning for Daleville. Yorktown is still looking for an eBay delivered out here. They don't have one yet with men at first and third. Etchison ready, so is Faulkner. Here comes his pitch. It's a slider in the dirt. The runner at third can't advance, but the one at first can. Now Johnson down at second base on the wild pitch. Etchison still behind at 1-2, and now with 2 men in scoring position at second and third, and Yorktown in tight in the infield everywhere. A 30-foot lead at second base by the runner there, and that fastball emails the catcher butts and hits the screen about 5 feet off the ground for another ball. And again, at Yorktown, that brings in a run. At Delta, that brings in a run. But because the dimensions are so tight behind the plate here, runners couldn't go anywhere. 2-2 the count now. Fastball struck him out. Etchison doesn't like the call, and I don't blame him. That's one down. Looked about a ball width down and a ball width away. But it's a strikeout for Faulkner. That's a critical strikeout. That brings in Ethan Pittsford, the Daleville catcher. 8th batter of the inning here in the 5th. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball and a beauty. A hard slider at the top of the zone for a strike. Pittsford nothing out of 2 with a line out and a fly out to show for his day, and Yorktown still in tight on the edge of the grass in the infield. Next one fouled back out of play. Daleville has Peyton Smith down at third, Blake Johnson, the runner at second base. They've scored 4 already here in the inning to turn a 3-0 deficit into a 4-3 lead. Fastball outside, good eye, good call. It's 1-2. Still a lot of baseball to play. We're only in the 5th inning. Yorktown has 2 more shots at them. Pittsford down in the count, 1-2. Ready for the next one. Fouled back out of play again. Good battle. Like the Bee Gees, he's staying alive. A base hit here would be big. You want to get those insurance runs home if you're Daleville. You don't want to leave these guys on base. Big blow of the ending of the game was that 3-run triple to center by Peyton Smith a short time ago. Pittsford back in. Faulkner's pitch on the way. Struck him out. Went with the high cheese. Pittsford couldn't catch up. And that's 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts by Faulkner when he really needed something extra. He got it. Broncos have batted around here in the 5th. The 9th man of the inning is Braden Danner. Single, ground out, 1 out of 2. Men at second and third. Here's the pitch. Takes upstairs, ball 1. Danner with 1 home run on the year. Got a lot of pop in that bat. Out in front, 1-0. Falkworth stares into Butts, has his sign, set at the chest, brings it home, swing and a miss. Good cut by Danner, just came up dry. 1-1 the count. Danner trying to bring home Peyton Smith and Blake Johnson. Infield defense back at normal depth now for Yorktown, and the next one slapped back out of play in the air. One and 2 the count. Danner looking for a clutch 2-out hit with 2 men in scoring position for the Broncos. Here's the pitch to him. Pops it back again, out of play. Danner ready. Falkworth ready. Here's the pitch. Fouled it back on a play again on the other side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Clutch strikeouts by Falkworth as he got Etchison and Pittsford on strikes. If you get out of it here, you're still in pretty good shape if you're Yorktown, but you can't let these guys score. Pitch on the way. Fastball into the screen. Runner going to try to score. He's going to get there. Falkworth was late breaking to the plate. Smith comes home to score from third base on the wild pitch. And it's 5-3 Daleville. Johnson ends up down at third. 2-2 the count now. Five spot here in the 5th inning for Daleville, with a chance for more. The man at third and 2 away. 2-2 the count to Danner. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. He takes, and the count is full. This will be the 8th pitch in this showdown between Falkworth and Danner. Here it comes. Fastball, ball forward, hits the screen at an awkward angle, rolls away, and a run comes home to score. The ball rolled all the way to the first base dugout. Another run on the board as Blake Johnson comes home to score the 6th run of the inning. I said earlier in the broadcast that the one problem here is if a ball hits a pole and goes away at an abrupt angle. Otherwise, it's tough to score. And that one rolled 60 feet away from the catcher, parallel to the right field line down in front of the first base dugout. Aiden Wilson will bat for the 2nd time in the inning here. Runner bluffs, pitches over but low. Runner at first, 2 down. Big lead over there. Pitch is inside, snap throw to first. Called strike on the inside corner, or was it a ball? They put a ball on the board. As I say, it's 1-1. That was a called strike. Falkworth's pitch. Swing and a miss. Wilson chased the breaking ball, couldn't get it. He's down in the count, 1-2. Tenth batter of the inning. Runner going. Pitch high. Throw down to second is going to be late. Stolen base. Give the stolen base to Braden Danner. Runner in scoring position. 2-2 the count to Aiden Wilson. I think PJ Falk is saying he walked right in front of my catcher. And the umpire at the plate did say something to Aiden Wilson, and I think he probably told him you got to be careful on that play, not to interfere with the catcher throwing down. Still a long conversation. The umpire looking out at the second base umpire saying, "What did you see?" And he's going to go talk to him. The home plate umpire will run out and talk to the base ump about what he saw and whether that should be an interference play. We're in the sixth inning. It's been a 6-run sixth for Daleville. I'm checking the fifth inning. 6-run fifth. And Daleville has taken the lead and doubled up Yorktown here in just this half inning. Well, the home plate umpire gives it a description, and they're gonna call him out. And now Terry Turner is gonna argue this. And in fairness to all of them, I think you can make that case. And that'll be the third out of the inning. Well, Terry Turner will get an explanation, but the bottom line is the inning is over, and it was a huge one for Daleville. 6 runs, a couple of hits. They leave a man on base. We're through fifth inning action here in Daleville. We go to the sixth inning. Daleville 6, Yorktown 3 on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the top of the sixth inning. It's now Daleville 6, Yorktown 3 after a crazy bottom of the fifth. Dominic Contanzariti to lead things off. To start the sixth inning for Yorktown. 5, 6, 7 due up in the Tiger order. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air down the first baseline, slicing back out of play. Contanzariti now playing third base for the Tigers. He was the starting pitcher today for Yorktown. Gothrop into his next one. Check swing. Contanzariti held up. Now they ask down, and he went. That's why you ask. Every time. 1-2 the count. Contanzariti, Josh Stevenson, Gabe Phipps due up for Yorktown here in the sixth. Gothrop's windup. His pitch is outside. 2-2 the count. Gothrop in his third inning of work in relief of Evan Etchison. He leaves this one up and away for a ball, and the count is 3-2. And a pretty well played game for the most part. Gothrop, payoff pitch on the way. Walked him. Left a fastball outside. Now what you need if you're Daleville and exactly what you're looking for if you're Yorktown. Gothrop walks the leadoff hitter here in the 6th inning, and that brings in Josh Stevenson. Third baseman Aiden Wilson in tight, 10 feet in front of the bag at third. First pitch home is a strike to Stevenson. Gabe Phipps waiting in the on-deck circle for Yorktown here in the 6th inning. Gothrop from the stretch, breaking ball and a beauty for a called strike. 0-2. Cantanzariti, the runner down at first. He doesn't mean anything unless you get more behind him, so you're going to be careful with him. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Throw down to first and wildly down the right field line, and that'll allow the runner to move to second, and he's going to stop right there. And that was not a wise play. Pittsford threw it down the right field line. He knew he had made a mistake right away. Etchison couldn't get a glove on it. One down. Gothrop picks out another strikeout. Runner at second, one away for Gabe Phipps, who takes a strike. Phipps has struck out twice, once each way. Man at second, one away here in the Yorktown 6th inning as they trail Daleville 6-3. There's a breaking ball taken for a ball. Good eye by Phipps. 1-1 the count to him. Cantanzariti, the runner out at second base. Daleville will trade an out, even for a run at this point. Pop back out of play. Yorktown down to its final 5 outs, trailing by 3. And my dad, the coach, would say, if you need more runs than you have outs left, you're in trouble. So they're not quite there yet, is Yorktown, but they're getting close. Gothrop's pitch. Tapper up the third baseline. Tough play. Wilson fields, fires on the run. A one-hopper, and it's dug by Etchison for the out. Nice play on both ends, especially down at first. It looks like a dull, boring 5-3 in the book, but that was not boring. Cantanzariti moves down to third on the ground out. Wilson charged it well. He doesn't charge it, he has no chance. So, 2 down now, runner at third for Billy McNamara, the Yorktown batter. Fastball on the outer edge, tailing fastball for a strike. McNamara was hit by a pitch that came around to score his last time up. He also struck out, so he's nothing out of 1 officially. Waiting on an 0-1 pitch. Here it is. High and away. 1-1 the count. Parker Stinson waiting on deck. Six-3 game. Top of the 6th. Yorktown trying to scratch out some runs and get back in it. Pitch upstairs. Good eye by McNamara. He's ahead in the count. 2-1. Cantanzariti, the runner down at third. Gothrop from the stretch. Here it comes. Nearly hit him. Good stop by Pittsford. Runner can't move. 3-1 count. 3 straight bad ones from Gothrop. McNamara just trying to keep the show rolling here in the Yorktown 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase the tailing fastball. And it's 3-2. course, Contanzariti will be going on contact with 2 down. McNamara ready. So is Gothrop from the stretch. Here comes the payoff. Popped up over near the third base dugout. It looks like it's going to be out of play, and it is. We'll do it all over again. Number 1 team in 1A trying to knock off a team that got votes in the preseason 3A poll. Couple pretty good programs here. Doing battle on a beautiful April day. Gothrop with the sign, with the motion. Popped up. Foul ground, first base side, back out of play. Another good long fight between a batter and a pitcher. We've had a bunch of them in this game. This will be pitch number 8 between Gothrop and McNamara coming up. With a man at third, 2 down, top of the 6th. Tigers trailing by 3. Pitch on the way. Popped up. It's going to be back out of play again. It's going to put that on rotation. McNamara fouled one off, and Contanzariti was kind of off the bag, a couple feet off the bag. The pitcher, Gothrop, threw in behind him, thinking it was a live ball situation. It got away from Wilson at third, and Contanzariti came home to score. Problem is, the home plate umpire said it's a dead ball. It was a foul ball. What are you doing? Contanzariti sheepishly went back to third. Nothing like fun at the old ballpark. Billy McNamara back in the box. Gothrop back on the rubber. Sign thrown down by Pittsford. Gothrop from the stretch. Another pop-up down the right field line. It's going to go back out of play again. Well, at some point, either the pitcher will throw ball 4 or the batter will miss one of them or hit it to somebody. This is a great battle. This will be the 10th pitch of this plate appearance as Goth tries to get the pesky Billy McNamara with a runner at third and 2 away. Pitch on the way. Struck him out. Got him to chase outside, and that does it for Yorktown in the 6th inning. Gothrop with a clutch strikeout. That ends the inning for Yorktown. No runs, no hits, a walk. They leave a man at third base. We're through 5.5 here in Daleville. The Broncos 6, the Tigers 3 on the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the home half of inning number 6. Daleville out in front of Yorktown 6-3, and Aiden Wilson will be back up there. He was batting when the previous half inning for for Daleville ended on an interference call at the plate on a stolen base attempt. First pitch to him is downstairs, ball 1. Wilson, Caden Gothrop, Max Stecker due up in the 6th for the Broncos. Falkwer still on the mound for Yorktown, and he beans Wilson with a hard inside slider. He's okay. Hit him high, but not too high. First time that Falkwer has hit a batter. And another leadoff man aboard for Daleville here in the 6th inning as Caden Gothrop comes to the plate. Gothrop with a sharp single, a line drive into center his last time. He's 1 out of 1 with a walk. And he takes outside, and Wilson should have gone down to second and for whatever reason did not. Made a U-turn. Ball 1. Gothrop ready. Falkwer set at the letters. The pause in the pitch, a strike. 1-1 the count. Tigers got 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, and went to the bottom of the 5th, leading 3-0, and then the roof caved in as Daleville scored 6 runs. Next pitch high and away to make it 2-1. So Daleville went from trailing 3-0 to leading 6-3, right where we are now. Gothrop looking out at Falkwer. So plane flies over the diamond, and there's a strike Gothrop was taking. 2-2 the count. It's not quite Shea Stadium in 1975. But kind of. It's a Cessna, maybe. Little puddle jumper. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Grounded softly towards short. Charge. Flip to second. Underhand 1. Back in. They can't get him. So Wilson is out on a 6-4 force play. Gothrop legs it out. He's aboard on a fielder's choice. That brings up Max Stecker. Stecker still looking for his first hit of 2019. He's got an offer going on. Walked and scored his last time up. Lifts one into shallow right field. 2 men going out, 1 coming in. It's an easy play in right field. And 1 down. Two away. That's Smallstick out in right field now for the Tigers. Man on, 2 down. Josh Price is the Daleville batter. Singleton scored in that big 5th inning. He takes a beautiful breaking ball for a strike. One of the best pitches Falkwer has thrown all day. Price with a fielder's choice, a ground out, and an RBI single. 1 out of 3. Runner breaks, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Throw down is nowhere near getting him. Stolen base for Gothrop, and that gives Price a chance to pick up a ribby here in the 6th inning with a man at second and 2 away. Count is 0-2 to Josh Price. Falkwer trying to shut him off right here. Keep his team within shouting distance. Fouled out of play. Back down the right field line. Man at second, 2 down. Falkwer staring in at butts. Price staring back at Falkwer. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. That'll do it for Daleville. here in the sixth inning as Falkware picks up another strikeout. For Daleville in their half of the sixth, no runs, a hit batsman. They leave him on base. We head for the final roundup. On to the seventh inning. It's Daleville 6, Yorktown 3 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Do or die time for Yorktown as we move to the seventh inning in a 6-3 game. Caden Gothrop will stay on the mound for Daleville, and it'll be 9-1-2 in the Tiger batting order. And we may see some pinch hitting. Robert Hook is going to be leading off in the 9-hole. I think he goes by Robbie. He's a right-handed batter. And away we go. This young man threw a no-hitter last week as a pitcher. Just a sophomore, 250 batter. Missed a perfect game by one walk. He looks at a pitch down for ball one. Nine, 1-2. Tigers need at least 3 to keep the game going. Gothrop with a fastball for a strike. A late 6-run rally in the 5th inning has put Daleville in the driver's seat here. They're 3 outs away. Fastball, a tailing beauty for a strike on the outside corner. Hook took it. He's down in the count, 1-2. Been a pretty well-played game for the most part. Hook trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch. Pops one back out of play. This is going to be one of those weeks where weather is going to have a major impact on scheduling and games. What else is new? In Indiana, the Hudson Bay of the South in April. Next one is a 59-foot pitch in the dirt, smothered by Pittsford. The count is 2-2. At least it's not snow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They'll wind up the pitch from Gothrop. In the air to right field, deep. This one might go. Going back, it's going to be off the fence on a hop. Extra bases for Hook. He'll hit the brakes at second base with a leadoff double. That ball just carried and carried and carried some more. Jimmy Bowen gave it a long run. It came down and one hopped the fence right under the scoreboard. Terry Turner has come to the mound, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back to tell you more about it after this. We're in the 7th inning. It's 6-3 Daleville on the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We've had a pitching change here in the top of the 7th inning. Daleville will turn to Peyton Smith, the third pitcher of the day for the Broncos. Gothrop will come out of mound duty after 3+ innings. He's responsible, as Gothrop, for the runner at second base, Robert Hook, who hit a booming double to start the inning to right field. So, things get interesting. Top of the order rolls around for Yorktown. They're not dead yet. Their leadoff man is in scoring position, and Evan Falkwer is the batter. Strikeout, fly out, ground out. He's done a little bit of everything in an 0-for-3 day. Trying to get a run home as Yorktown trails 6-3. Still anybody's ball game. Sun starting to set beyond the left field foul pole. Smith's first motion is to spin and look at second base and bluff the runner back. Falkwer ready, right-handed batter. Fastball is too high. Somehow you get the feeling that this is not going to end 6-3. We got some drama here in the 7th inning. We're about to find out. Smith ready from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Curveball for a strike. 1-1 to Falkwer. Graham Reedy waiting in the on-deck circle. Nobody out, no force-out situation, just a man at second base. Smith a long look back a couple times, fastball outside. 2-1 is the count to Falkwer. Robert Hook out at second base. 6-3 game. Yorktown trying to scratch back. Daleville trying to put him out. Next one popped up back out of play. Unofficially, I've got Yorktown for 1 hit in this entire game. Falkwer looking for the second one. Foul back, check it, 2 hits in the game. Looking for the third one. The only other hit in the game was that double by Jackson Taylor. A moment ago, the double by Robert Hook. So 2 hits in the game for Yorktown. Falkwer trying to make it 3. Swing and a miss. He's out. 1 down. Unofficially, I've got them for 12 strikeouts today. Yorktown hitters. Man at second, one down. Graham Reedy, the batter. Couple of walks, couple of runs scored. He asks for time and he gets it. Pretty good player. Similar to last year's 1A state championship game when Smith came on late and got the win in the state final, trying to come in a save situation here and pick up the save. He curves him in a beauty for a strike. Gothrop is the pitcher of record for Daleville right now. He's in line for a win if Smith can save this for him in a 6-3 game. Pitch on the way. It's low and in. Good stop by Pittsford. Runner can't move, and it's 1-1. Smith, of course, got the win last June at Victory Field in that win over University. Second state title in 3 years for Daleville in 1A. Smith looks back at the runner, comes home with it. Swing and a miss. Gets by the catcher. Runner's going to head for third. He's going to be in there diving head first without a play. Wild pitch. 1-2. Yorktown trying to get back in it. Daleville will probably trade it out for a run here with one away, a runner at third, and a 3-run lead. Hook is the runner at third for Yorktown. Smith will now go from the windup. Here he comes. Popped up. Out into shallow left center field. The shortstop Stecker backpedals, calls for it, and he's got it. 2 down. Yorktown down to its final batter, potentially. Jackson Taylor, the last hope for Yorktown. Left-handed batter. Smith fakes to third. Taylor struck out, walked, drove in 2 with a double. He's had a good day. Smith pitches to him. Strike 1. Taylor was taking. Smith an out away from nailing down the save. And the win for the Broncos. Into his windup. Here's the pitch. Check swing ground ball to the third baseman. Walter Meyer fires across. Can't get him. Infield hit. Run scores. Hook comes home to score. Good legs, good speed that time by Taylor. Infield hit. He'll pick up an RBI. His third of the game. And that keeps Yorktown alive. You're a left-handed hitter. You've got a 2 to 3 step advantage right out of the box, and boy, did it pay dividends right there. Garrig Smallstig is the Yorktown hitter. Big lead at first. Snap throw nearly picked him off. Taylor's got to be careful down there. He means nothing without the guy at the plate. Smallstig represents the tying run with 2 down in the top of the 7th. A 6-4 Daleville lead. Danger here, though. Throws to first. They picked him off! I told you he had gone too far, and they got him. Smith throws over to first to Etchison. They pick off Taylor, and the game is over. 1-3, and that does it in this one. Daleville has won the game. The final score. Daleville 6, Yorktown 4. Back to recap it in the post-game show after this time out on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports, they're so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. This one in the books, and it belongs to Daleville, the number 1A team in Indiana High School baseball. Just beat a pretty good 3A Yorktown team by a final of 6-4. Quick look at the highlights, the line score. Scoreless game to the top of the third when the Tigers got a run. Yorktown got two more in the top of the fifth and led 3-0 going to the bottom of the fifth. That's when Daleville exploded. They scored 6 runs, batted around, and took a 6-3 lead. You get to the top of the seventh. Well, that's when Yorktown managed to get one more run, but they couldn't get any more than that. And their threat to win the game goes by the wayside, and they lose today 6-4. Some well-played baseball today by both teams. This one just went Daleville's way, and that huge rally in the sixth turned a 3-0 gap into that lead they would never relinquish, and they win going away here today at home by a final of 6-4. Unofficially in the line score, 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, 6 left for Daleville, 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base for Yorktown. Caden Gothrop will get the win for Daleville, and Peyton Smith will pick up the save today for the Broncos. And you look at the tough luck loser, it's going to be Evan Faulkner for Yorktown. So, some kind of game on a Tuesday afternoon, and it goes the way of the guys in black and gold. They win this one by a final of 6-4 in a game that took almost 3 hours to play. It was a long one, and 2 hours and 37 minutes to be exact in this one today. Daleville doing their running. They've won this one, and they improve. Daleville will come out of here today 4-1 on the year. Yorktown loses another one. They've lost 4 in a row to drop to 2-5. So, final score for the final time. The Daleville Broncos 6, the Yorktown Tigers 4. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us again today. Come back next time. Check my Twitter feed at Delco Preps for future game broadcast information. Until then, have a great rest of your Tuesday night. And until next time, So long, everybody.